Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Teacups and welcome back to Oxford United challenging for the Premier League. So last episode we had a major setback. Neil getting injured is really going to hurt our season right now, and I just can't wait for the transfer window because we need to get some players in because yeah, we're looking a bit vulnerable on the left, and really overall we aren't really challenging for the promotion places. So this episode we got some really crucial games that we need to get some good points, and we're actually just going to jump into the first game of the day. Oxford United at home to Coventry City, and this is how it went. So the game started off somewhat slow, which wasn't too bad. Ruffles on the left was actually playing pretty well. I know I don't rate him at all, but he was playing a decent game early on. It was, you know, a 50-50 affair. No one really had any opportunities, which is good because Coventry's a good team. They are very lethal on the break, so I didn't want to concede early on. Here's me slagging off Ruffles the past few episodes, but in around about the 27th minute, I got to give all credit to this kid. He loses the ball. There's an attack from me. It goes out to the wing. He wins the ball back of another defender. The ball ends up going to another defender. He wins the ball back of that defender. He runs in on goal, slots it home. Honestly, I thought he was going to miss this chance. I thought he was going to kick it right at the keeper, but he put it in the back of the net. It's 1-0. Thank you, Ruffles. So after that goal went in, nothing happened, not gonna lie. This game's all to play for in the second half. So we had a beautiful start to the second half. Near enough from kickoff. I think it's Rig, wins the ball off one of the midfielders. Just in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of midfield, not much going on. He runs up the pitch a little bit, plays a beautiful through ball to Danny Rose, striker Danny Rose. He runs in on goal and plays a sweaty pass over to James Constable. We had to do it because Danny Rose wasn't going to score that. That's an angle for him that was too tight. It's 2-0. I know it's a sweaty goal, but we'll take it. So what could get better? We finally got a 2-0 lead. You know, we had a 2-0 lead the last game. Things were going well. And guess what? Things got better for us. In the 56th minute, this is honestly something out of nothing. Tries to play a through ball over to Danny Rose. Takes a deflection of one of the defenders. Falls into the path of James Constable. And I've got to give all credit to this fucking Goliath here. He runs in on goal. Slots it home basically from the angle we said Danny Rose couldn't score from. So, you know, James Constable has the talent. It's 3-0. So for once we had a commanding lead. 3-0 is pretty decent to have in a football match, especially when you're already in the second half. And I'm going to be honest with you, we pretty much dominated Coventry this game. I was expecting a pretty tight game, but we caught them on the break. We basically got most of our opportunities out of nothing, and Coventry paid the price for that. But don't get me wrong, they did have opportunities themselves. They did miss quite a few opportunities, which I was surprised by. This game maybe should have ended 3-1, but it didn't. It ended 3-0. I'm going to spoil it for you right now because we didn't get any more goals. We went easy on them. We didn't want to embarrass them. It's a nice little 3-0 win from the lads. So after that victory, we actually go up in the table now. We was in 7th before that game. We're now in 6th. We're finally in the playoff places. Things are looking up for us right now. It's also really tight in the table at the moment. Only 3 points separate us from 3rd, and I do believe 2nd as well. So things are very tight. And literally just after that game, I jumped straight into the second game of the day. Oxford United at home again to MK Dons, and this is how it went. So this game was difficult. It was pretty difficult. It was raining. You know, I don't like the rain. I'm going to complain about that a lot. I probably should have said overcast, but I could not be bothered because I'm really lazy. But MK Dons are a really decent team. They're actually 2nd in the table right now with 43 points. So yeah, actually now that I think about it, Coventry City were in 1st, so we banged the top team 3-0, which isn't too shabby. We took some points off of them. Hopefully now we can take some points of the second team. But getting back to the game, it was really difficult. Early on, we wasn't really getting the opportunities we were last game, which is understandable because of the rain. But we kept at it. On the 35th minute, we get a corner. I think it's Constable whips in, finds his way to Struner, our left back, who I absolutely love. This guy, you know, he was a free agent. He cost me a lot, but he does get me goals, and he's a pretty decent left back with some pace. He puts a head on it. You know how overpowered headers are in this game. He puts it in the back of the net. It's 1-0. So after that goal went in, not much happened. Honestly, it was pretty much MK Dons for the rest of the half. But we didn't concede, which was good. So this game is all to play for in the second half. So MK Dons basically had the best start to the second half. Yeah, they came out the doors guns blazing. We were pretty much in no man's land for the beginning of the second half. And they got their reward for basically dominating us. In the 53rd minute, there's some piss poor defending from me. I don't know how I didn't tackle this winger. Somehow he manages to get across to, I'm not even going to pronounce his name because I'm probably going to butcher it. He headers it, hits the crossbar, comes back, he gets a second chance, puts in the back of the net. It's 1-1. So this game's pretty much fired up now. It's a 1-1 game. I'm not winning anymore. To be honest with you, once they got the equalizer, you know, I kind of went back to my normal mode. And I was like, you know what, we're not going to get dominated. Started passing the ball around a lot more in midfield and tried to keep some possession and try to get a foothold in this game again. And it was working. I was getting a lot of opportunities. I was wasting a lot of opportunities, but I did get one major chance. In the 80th minute, Constable, this is honestly something out of nothing. He has the ball in the midfield. He just runs it, diagonal run. He's got defenders on him. He plays the ball to Danny Rose. A simple pass, and Danny Rose plays a cheeky through ball over the top to James Constable, and this lad can finish. He puts away another goal from basically an identical position from the last game. Banger from James Constable. That's beautiful play though. I've got to say though, I'm watching this replay right here. Danny Rose's movement is very good. He was in midfield at one point. He ran up front, you know, in front of the defenders. He made himself available for the pass. He played the pass that broke apart the defense. That's beautiful play from him, but it's 2-1 to us. Can we go on to win this? And the answer is, yes, we can go on to win this. I'm going to spoil it right now because after that goal went in, I might have passed the ball around in the midfield for a little while to try and basically keep on to this victory because MK Dons were very lethal in the break. And I did maybe suck it up a little bit and I did wait out the game. I did have maybe one opportunity near the end, but it wasn't good enough. Tyrone did have a chance, but his ball control just let him down and the opportunity just faded away. But we won this game, 2 wins in a row against the first and the second place team. Things are looking up for Oxford United without Neil. So after that game, if we have a look at the table right now, we're still in 6th. But something very interesting, MK Dons were in 2nd, right? After beating them, they fall down into 5th. They're just 1 spot above us. That shows you how tight the table is right now and how easy it is to climb the table and how easy it is to fall down the table. But after that game, it's time for the final game of the day. Oxford United away to Carlisle. Yeah, again, we're going to face Tom Newey, who we sold at the beginning of this season to this team. I think we actually did beat him in the beginning of the season, so this is our 2nd time playing them. This is how it went. So how do I describe this game? I've been saying this a lot lately. This game was frustrating. It really was frustrating because Carlisle are sitting, I think, around about 13th right now, so they're a mid-table team, so they're not the best team in the world, but they're all right. And they were playing some really frustrating football. Like, I didn't have a lot to complain about this game because there was no rain. It was a beautiful day in England. The pitch was fine. The ball was moving well. But nothing was falling for me. Carlisle were defending so well this half. Tom Newey actually had a really decent game. He actually did. He played a few teasing balls into the box and Carlisle could have gone 1 up very easily, but they didn't. And no team broke away in the first half. This game is all to play for in the second half. So I'm trying to look for highlights in the second half because basically the second half was a carbon copy of the first half. Nothing happened. And I'm pretty much going to spoil it right now because there's nothing I can commentate here. This was a 0-0 draw. It was basically an Arsenal-Man United. Boring as fuck. But it's a point in the right direction. We were away from home. I will take that right now. I would have liked the victory, but as usual, we're on a decent run at the moment. 2 wins and 1 draw this episode. It could have been 3 wins, but we had 2 glorious wins against the top 2 teams, which is nice. And we've really hurt the table at the moment, which only benefits us later on. But our form has drastically changed though. Only a couple of episodes ago, we were a mid-table team, but we're slowly climbing up that table. Hopefully with the transfer window coming quite soon, our luck will change and we'll just blast up. We could maybe even challenge for the title right now, but yeah, we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves. But I'm just going to leave the episode off here. I hope you join me next time because things are getting interesting right now. The transfer window is approaching very soon and I've got my eye on a few players. So I hope you join me then. I've been Mr. Teacups. If you rate, come subscribe. See you next time.